day, another draft, and we got another Mengu Cube. Andrea Mengucci's Cube, again, basically comparable to Vintage Cube that's normally put on Magic Online, with a few changes, of course, but for the most part, you can just consider it the Vintage Cube, as there are all of the pieces of power and some other goodies here as well. Didn't open any power for ourselves here. I think I just lead here on Counterspell. Other good cards, Ugin, Valky / Tybalt, Ren and 6 is fine, and probably Wooded Foothills, but I'm going to take the Counterspell here. I'm in kind of a control-y mood. Can't really beat Counterspell as far as those things are concerned. Does that mean I'm going to be playing blue? Not necessarily, but I kind of like taking the Counterspell here. Pick one. Pack one. Oh yeah, and then immediately just taking a Dak Fade-In afterwards. Great card, tons of good artifacts that you're able to steal with this, and of course the double loot ability. Always quite nice. Not too much else to note here. Compulsive is completely fine, Anticipate's okay. Wasteland's pretty good, and I guess Click is probably the next card I would take here. Ojutai as well is solid, but don't particularly care for blue-white necessarily in this cube, but this is just a pretty easy Dak Fade-In, in my opinion. This card's just always fantastic in all of the vintage cubes. One, just because, you know, it digs you deeper to whatever you're trying to do, or maybe lets you pitch 2 lands and find 2 other relevant cards. But again, like I mentioned, there are just so many good artifacts to steal that oftentimes that can just be a good enough tempo hit to a player. Okay, now we have 2 options here. Or at least I have 2 options here. It's going to be Ponder versus Wheel of Fortune. I do like draw 7 effects in this format, even Wheel of Fortune, especially if I'm a combo-based deck, but I think the safest pick is probably just Ponder. I'm never upset having a card like this in my deck. In fact, all of the blue cantrip cards like Ponder, Preordain, even Serum Visions, always just I'm super thrilled to have. Beyond that, though, there's like a Blood Crypt and not too much else. I'm going to go ahead and just stick to the blue for now and take the Ponder over the Wheel of Fortune. The blue-red decks in this format have the most like I win combos in them. Beyond like Splinter Twin and Kiki Jiki, which there is in this format. You have things like Ral Zarek to go with Time Vault. You have like Sneak Attack. You have a lot of blue-based synergies like Hull Breacher or Narset with any of the draw 7 effects. So I think blue-red might be the strongest color combination in this format. Man, this is another really solid pack here for me. Gonna go ahead and just slam this Izzet Signet. Looks way too good with what I already have, but we're passing a Brazen Borrower, Daretti, Teferi, and a Cold Steel Heart. So lots of good choices. I am a fan of Izzet Signet though, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that here. And maybe consider taking Leovold now. Nothing in blue or red that's like super thrilling to me. I mean, I guess I could just like take the Young Pyromancer or the Faithless Looting and be perfectly fine with it, but those I don't think are as powerful as Leovold, although a Leovold's a little bit of a stretch with what I currently have, so probably just safer to take one of the blue or red cards. Hell, I could even take like Gilded Lotus here and probably be better off or safer, but yeah, kind of a tough pick. I don't normally care for a card like Young Pyromancer in a vintage cube, but it would be fine in this style of deck. I'm going to actually go ahead and just take the Lotus, though. I do like my artifacts, and that's a pretty good one. Okay, this pack doesn't really have much for me. I don't think we want the War Boss here. Don't really believe Stomping Ground's where we're at. I think right now, and especially because I took the Gilded Lotus, I'm going to take the the Balance. It's not a bad start to Balance, and everything else in this pack just I don't think really compares at all, so seems like a fine pickup to me. Oh, well, and there's a combo piece I was talking about now. Very good pack here for me. Top, Kiki Jiki, Nahiri would be fine, Mentor would be good, and even Ulamog for, again, like the sneak attack things I was talking about. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Kiki Jiki. I don't recall seeing any of the other combo pieces, So taking the Kiki here means we could very well get, Deceiver Exarch, Pestermite, Village Bellringer, or the Zealous Conscripts in packs 2 and 3. So good pickup there. Now a very easy Duretti here for me. This card is fantastic. Could always go Grixis instead of Jeskai. Only other consideration really is like the Marsh Flats, but don't think we need to take that now. So let's just take the Duretti. Wheeled a ton of good cards here. That's actually kind of crazy that we're seeing like even the Fetch come back. Fetch was one of my considerations out of this opening pack when I took the Counterspell, so might just mean that the people I'm drafting with don't value the Fetches as highly. This is really, really, really close. I think it's either the Valky or the Wooded Foothills. I'm going to go ahead and take the Wooded Foothills, though. It's so nice to have these cards. Like, then you don't have to worry about your fixing so much. Wasn't there a Blood Crypt that I could potentially wheel too? So something like that would be fantastic. Let's take the Anticipate here over the Ojutai. Expansion Explosion versus Painful Truths. There are so many better options to draw cards than Painful Truths, so take the Expansion Explosion. Okay, Duretti, Temple of Deceit, both fantastic here. I'll go ahead and take the Duretti. Number 2, that is to say. And we wheeled some of the cards anyways. So, don't know why I was ever concerned. I think we're going to take the Looting now, because it looks like we might be more of that style of deck than a Pyromancer deck. But yeah, not a bad start to this Mengu Cube. Got some really good blue cards. Got some good Planeswalkers. Got a good start to the potential combo deck, so overall, I think we're in a really good spot. Hey, even Cut to Ribbons. Playable for sure in a Grixis shell. Although I don't know if I'm going to main it. Urborg, another card, I'm not sure if it's quite relevant enough. Right, we only have the Duretti right now, so we'll see. Mox Sapphire, can't complain about that one. A lot of good choices here, but we'll clearly just take the Power 9. Dimir Signet, Talisman of Creativity, both fantastic. Electrolyze, fantastic. Fall from Favor, pretty decent. Misty Rainforest, Sulphur Falls, and even a Reanimate, but not too much else to say. You take the power, and hope to get some goodies otherwise. Pick number 2 of the second pack, and once again, we have a ton of good hits. Nicol Bolas looks great here. Recurring Nightmare still has potential because it's so early. Scarab God, Seasoned Pyromancer, Chromatic Lantern, Scalding Tarn, Sublime Epiphany. Oh, baby, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I mean, when in doubt, I usually take the Scalding Tarn. Or rather, the land. But given the fact that Wooded Foothills wheeled last time, maybe we can somehow wheel Scalding Tarn? That's probably not correct, though. Like, I'm considering taking the Sublime Epiphany here, but I'm assuming the safe, correct pick is just the Scalding Tarn, especially if I can find some fetches later, or other duels later down the line. So let's just take the duel here. Yeah, pretty lackluster pack here for me. Might just go with the Thirst for Knowledge for some extra card draw. Instant speed, good with counter magic. Not really losing too much. There is an Emrakul here. I could hedge on that. Try to get Sneak Attacker through the breach. Actually, you know what? Let's do that instead. I'm not really losing too much on Thirst for Knowledge, and this has really high upside, so kind of feeling good with that one. Temple of Epiphany, Serum Visions, Lightning Bolt, Karakas good, Grizzlebrand good. Let's take the 1-mana cantrip and not even consider anything else. Ooh. Do we want to splash like a Teferi now instead? I do have that balance. I only lose out on what, Duretti? Like, we don't need to play this, right? We're only blue-red for sure. I guess I'm just going to take the Consecrated Sphinx here. Teferi, obviously insane, but so is Consecrated Sphinx, and I don't really need to move away from anything but blue and red cards right now as we pass a Talisman of Indulgence as well. So we'll just take the Sphinx. We'll see what happens. We'll take the Snapcaster Mage here very easily. Already looking fantastic with all of the 1 and 2 mana spells that we have. Nice pickup. All right, kind of a dead pack here for me. I guess I can take the Hengegate Pathway as maybe a card I might play if I splash that balance after all. We'll see. Tezzeret the Schemer. I mean, this has some amount of synergy with, like, Duretti and the other Duretti if I wanted to play it, so I guess we can take that over, what, Spellskite? There's just not too much there anyways. Wow, wheeled a lot of good cards. How many playables am I at, though? I only have 13 true cards that I might be playing. I guess a few more, though, if I add all of these red and black cards, or rather these black cards, which is fine. So I think I'm going to go with the Sulfur Falls here over the Electrolyze. Just because I don't have any duels to fetch right now with my 2 fetch lands. So getting some good blue-red fixing, always kind of nice. My best guess right now is that I'm probably going to be running these black cards, though. And maybe even Expansion Explosion. Should I need a playable, but again, only pack 2 right now, so I'm not super concerned. And we should have plenty of good hits to round out the deck in pack 3. As we get... Okay, there's Recurring Nightmare and him. Like, black is clearly a bit open. I think we're probably just taking the Seasoned Pyromancer or the Shield Breaker, though. Yeah, let's just go with the Pyro. Wildfire, P and Kieran Nalar. Don't think we're really playing any of these cards. Hey, that's a crazy late Lightning Bolt. Late? Light? What did I say? Anyways, Lightning Bolt here. Hard to not just make any deck. Oh, there's a Plateau. Okay. Had I taken the Teferi. Or this might have been actually in the Teferi pack. I don't know what I'm talking about. Koth, even a fine card if we want to move into a little more aggro-based deck. All right. Again, pack 2, not super thrilling for us. We did get a few good cards, but nothing to really solidify what I'm doing here. Open some okay cards here, but nothing I'm like thrilled by. We have Gitaxian Probe, Spell Pierce, Mox Diamond, and a Flooded Strand. Gonna ignore the fetch this time since, well, I already have a couple and I don't have any duels to find with them yet. I'm debating if I want to take the Mox Diamond over, say, the Probe. It's probably pretty close. Diamond is some good fixing, has some good synergies with all of my Artifact Cares creature, or rather Planeswalkers. Both the Durettis and the Tezzeret. I'm always happy to play Probe, though. You're never going to cut this from your deck. Let's do that. Let's just take the Probe. Not going to be upset about that one. There's a Through the Breach. That gives us a way to cheat in the Emrakul, and we'll probably wheel the Drawn from Dreams or the Echo of Eons. Echo would be fantastic here, too. I have a ton of cards that discard, right? We have the Faithless Looting, the Pyro, the Dak, the Duretti, so wheeling Echo doesn't seem that far-fetched. But let's take that Breach. Oof. Crazy pack here. Fractured Identity, Splinter Twin, Commit to Memory, Arid Mesa. So, issue is here, oh, you know what? There's the Village Bellringer in this pack, too. Oh, I guess I'm going to take the Splinter Twin here and try to wheel the Village Bellringer. Let's do that. Still a chance at getting Pestermite and all those other cards, too, so... Another fantastic pack here for me, man. I think I'm cutting the black now, because we're going to play some white. A Johnny, Ashiok, True Name, Force, Glenalendra, and that Signet now. Oh, man, this is tough. Force of Will is looking super juicy. All right, I'm just going to take the Force. I don't know if this is correct. There are so many other good cards, but Force just feels so safe. Hey, there's the Deceiver Exarch too. So now I don't even need to wheel the Village Bell Ringer. We already have one of the pieces for the Twin and the Kiki. It's just the Village Bell Ringer would be a secondary. Don't love passing Remand, but obviously I cannot pass this Exarch here. Just way too good. Inferno Titan. Okay, good one too. I mean, there's a high possibility I'm cutting the Breach and the Emrakul and just going with this plan now. We have a perfectly reasonable deck. Wow, this is kind of nuts too. I don't think people realize that Lutri is just a free 8th card in your hand in a cube format. Is that the correct pick, though? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm at 18 playables. Could push for like 19. So, as good as Lutri is, it's possible I just need to take the Venser here, because this would always live in the sideboard, but it would be a free 8th card in my hand every single game. But that it feels so wrong, but I need playables in my actual deck, so I think I'm supposed to take the Venser. Okay, Fiery Confluence, another really solid card to blow up a bunch of artifacts. Memory Jars is not terrible, but I think the Confluence is what I want to take here. What is the card we're hoping to wheel? I think it was Echo, right? Yeah. Echo and then maybe Village Bell Ringer. Because you know what? I have the Plateau, which both of my fetches find, and I also have the Hengegate Pathway, which is just a blue-white source, so kind of nice on that front. Could also splash Spell Queller, though I'm guessing we're supposed to just take another fetch here. Man, it's so crazy. We have so many fetches, but not enough duels. Don't think I'm supposed to take Immortal Sun when I have Duretti and Dak. Alright, another fetch. Spyglass, I guess? This card's main deckable. It's not a bad pickup. Alright, looks like we did not potentially get the Echo on the wheel, so we'll go ahead and just take the Treasure Cruise here. We have plenty of ways to fuel it, so that's not even a terrible pickup. But we wheeled True Name and a Johnny. Interesting. Damn, this is the wrong recruiter. This can grab Pestermite, but it can't grab Deceiver Exarch, so True Name Nemesis it is. Magma Jet, absolutely playable here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut the Through the Breach and the Emrakul, and then we'll run it like this. Little blue-red combo-ish deck. Can probably, I guess we can just cut the Spyglass from the main and run. Oh, wait, I don't even need the Plateau anymore, do I? I didn't wheel the Village Bell Ringer somehow. And I don't think we're splashing the balance. Oh, okay, I guess the Pathway's gone. The Plateau... Oh, the Plateau is still useful as a way for Flooded Strand to grab a red source, so definitely worth playing. Also, all the fetches are worth playing because I have that Treasure Cruise now as well. Right? Yeah, absolutely. So let's add some lands here. 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. All right. And there we go. A little bit of blue-red nonsense. Missing a few cards, but overall it looks pretty solid. Oh, you know what? Maybe this Duretti is out of place now. Is Duretti getting cut now? Could be. I don't really have too much synergy with it. It's kind of just a digger. Yeah, maybe we can bring one of these cards in again. I'll go with Spyglass. This always has home hits in this format. We'll save this, and let's go to round 1 of this Mengu Cube. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Mengu Cube, and we're on the draw with a pretty awkward hand. Consider it a 2-lander with a Cycler, and even then I don't think you keep this. So I'm going to go down to 6. And yeah, much happier with this 6 here. Not now, smart performance. I'm going to keep this and... Oh, man. I guess I'm going to pitch the jet or the spyglass. Really useful to know information, though, from your opponent's hand. I'm going to go ahead and pitch the magma jet here. In theory, the spyglass does a little bit more work just because it gives me that information. Faithless looting. I don't think we'll be playing that turn 1. My guess is that I'm probably just going to fire off the spyglass on turn 2. 1, it might eat a counter, but 2, it gives us some important information if it doesn't. And there we go, we have a game plan. So let's fire off the spyglass, see if it hits a counter. It does not, but we can turn off the opponent's opposition. That's fantastic. Or the Sword of Fire and Ice, actually. But it looks like opposition is the card I want to turn off. So next turn they can play Recruiter, go tutor something up. We could potentially kill them here in a couple turns though, 3 turns. Hull Breacher. Oh, man, that's a pretty gross one. All right, so I'm going to probably play out the Seasoned Pyromancer this turn. Would be my guess. Pitching, what, Faithless Looting and Is It Signet? I think that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get Plateau. Let's play this out before they can Hull Breach me. All right. And now we have a game plan of sorts, which is to say we need to find one more land to Deceiver into Kiki. Looks like they're going to be holding up Venser and Hull Breacher here. So what they might eventually do is Venser end of turn to bounce the Spyglass. And then play the opposite. I guess they need a few creatures on the board to make that work first, don't they? But we know 5 of the 6 cards in their hand. I mean, they could also just play Sword of Fire and Ice this turn. In fact, I guess we kind of hope that that's their game plan. Play the Sword of Fire and Ice this turn, go for Equip next turn. Because then I can Deceiver Exarch the creature or whatever. Did find our land there. Fantastic. So we might be able to pull off a win next turn depending on how this sequence goes. Okay, I'm going to just pass after attacking for 2. They're going to probably flash out their Breacher unless they want to Venser the Spyglass or something. They could Venser a land. They are going to go for the Spyglass. I don't think this makes that much sense, though. But we'll go ahead and let them do it. They can't even... I don't understand this because I can just replay the Spyglass next turn. I'm going to go ahead and flash out the Deceiver Exarch anyways, just to free up some mana. So they have 2 different plays that they can do here. And we kind of get them if they play around Splinter Twin. If they play around Splinter Twin and tap the Exarch on upkeep, then I just Kiki Jiki. They let me play out my land for some reason. Or rather, they didn't tap on upkeep for some reason. They only have one unknown card in their hand. I mean, I guess it could be a Swords or a Path, but I'm definitely just going to go for it. Oh, well. Either they're baiting me with this oops, or they actually did mess up. Either way, I'm going for it. Because now that Kiki-Jiki's on the stack, there's no chance for them to do anything. Okay. So I wouldn't call them blue-white control, maybe a little bit more tempo-y, aggro-y. I don't think they were in a good spot regardless there, right? Assume they do tap a land on upkeep. I just Spyglass, take a look at their hand again, turn off the opposition once more. So probably didn't matter in the long term. I don't think I really have much of a sideboard here, unless I want to at one point bring in some black cards or bring in white cards. So we'll just go to game 2. Where, yeah, we'll probably just keep this hand. Looks like blue-red Delver in Legacy. I'll lead on Mountain, but the only awkward thing about this is if I draw exactly a counterspell. But given I already have Bolt in my hand, it makes more sense to play that out, of course. Kiki-Jiki. Could go off with True Name and Kiki-Jiki. Ancestral Recall! Well, that's not very fair. Three mana pass. That means they're going to have to discard here if they don't play anything, though. Staff of Domination. Alright, well, it would appear they're holding up some kind of counter magic, but I'm going to go ahead and run out the True Name. This is not my game plan anyways. It would be nice to resolve this, of course, but not the biggest deal. And hey, you know what? It's a pretty good Lightning Bolt target. Take the 2. And what do you got for me? If they just pass here, I will probably go land pass and hold up Bolt plus Fencer. Ooh, Ancient Tomb. Okay. That's a little more concerning, I suppose. Follow up Looter Ilkor. Oh, well, there's Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin's pretty fantastic on Venser. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab Mountain here. That'll leave Flooded Strand to go grab red or blue in a later turn. Let's go ahead and just 3 damage to each creature. Seems like a good enough deal for me. Kill the Looter, kill the Spell Queller, get my True Name Nemesis back. All the Confluence cards are pretty fantastic. Ooh, they're going to Path to Exile their Looter Ilkor in response. That's both terrifying and yet okay. What do they need that extra mana for? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They already had 6 mana. I'm kind of concerned. What does that 7th mana do for them? I mean, I guess they realize they can't path my True Name, but given that I have, and they know about the Kiki combo in the deck, well, I guess we'll find out, huh? Is this 8 mana pass? Oh, well. Great draw. One of the reasons I love probe information. Okay, there you go. They have 2 draw 7s and a dig through time. That's what they were doing. Do I really care about them digging here? Oddly, they're eating up their ancestral, so they can't redraw it later with the draw 7. I think this is a great time to Venser. They can't recast anything this turn, so like, yeah, I have a ton of cards in my hand, so if they just fire off a draw 7, they're gonna have a lot of mana to work with, but that ate up their whole turn cycle, and they paid 2 off of Tomb, so I am okay with that. Let's see if they just fire off a draw 7 here. Nope, they're going to go with Elspeth first. Okay. I mean, now we have perfect information. I highly doubt they're going to fire off. Oh, they are? They're going to Time Spiral? Or Time Twister? I was going to say, that's kind of ambitious. So, let's go with the loot here. I need to find some lands. I did not find any lands. Okay. Very awkward. I guess I'm going to ponder for a land now. All right. Guess we got there. Do I want to shuffle? No. God, I kind of want to just go face. We have so much damage available. I don't think we need to bother with Elspeth. Is that bad? I don't think that's bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to go just both face. Send them. And then just pass turn here. If they don't fire off one of their draw 7s this turn, we're going to Snapcaster Fiery Confluence, and that's going to basically just kill them in conjunction with the Bolt and the True Name. Phantasmal Image, that's fine. I guess they're going to copy my True Name Nemesis. Good target for Phantasmal Image, because then it's untargetable. Huh. What does copy Venser mean? Oh, maybe they're going to bounce a land? And then Time Twister? That kind of makes sense. Kind of. They could also bounce Venser and then Time Twister. No, they are indeed going to target a mountain. Okay. Yeah, then I'll just fire off the Bolt on face. All right, here we go. Gonna go ahead and flash out the Snapcaster Mage in response, though. I don't really want to draw it off of the Time Twister when they're giving me a full fresh hand. Okay, not bad. Spyglass is going to do some good work here. Awkwardly, I do not have a blue card for this season Pyromancer, but them's the break sometimes. I mean, they don't have too much mana to work with here, so very good chance that I do actually just kill them next turn. In fact, funny enough, I can Splinter Twin their Venser, and because it's a phantasmal image, it would die. Dak Faden. That's also a pretty good draw. Okay, let's lead off with Mox. Let's go ahead and Spyglass them. Take a Peek-see. Worst case scenario, they don't have anything in their hand and I just end up naming the Elspeth anyways. They do have some goodies in hand though, but we're happy just to name Elspeth here over Golos or Gideon, I believe. Have a Hull Breacher in their hand. And a sword. All right. I mean, I guess I'm just going to attack them for 3 here. And hold up Force. Because remember, that Ancient Tomb can produce blue off of the Chromatic Lantern, so. What I could also do if I was really greedy is Dak steal the Lantern. But that seems a little bit risky, so yeah, I think I'm just going to play out the Signet here. And then pass. The question is, do I want to counter Hull Breacher? And I think the answer is, unfortunately, yes. We know they have a bunch of draw 7s in their deck. And now, even more so, this lets me just resolve my Pyromancer next turn to draw some extra cards. None of the cards in their hand are super relevant. The Golos is going to take a little while to get online. I guess the biggest issue is that they can Swords their own creature to gain some life back. But that doesn't seem super necessary, or relevant, rather. All right, Recruiter. What did they have again? And did they play an island? They did, okay. I mean, as it stands, again, they're just dead on 2 turns to the True Name Nemesis, so. We'll see. Okay, they have a Venser. So they can, once again, bounce the Spyglass. Pump up a creature with Elspeth and gain extra life, and whatever. Happy to make a trade here. We just have perfect information, right? Because they drew this for the turn, they tutored up the Venser, yeah. Inferno Titan, that's a pretty good one. All right, let's swing both at face. And we have more than enough red sources to go ahead and cast the Pyro here. I don't mind discarding both of these cards. And if they want to Venser this back to my hand, that's also whatever. We'll just cast it again. Go ahead and discard both of these. Even though Inferno Titan's lethal, I still get 2 1/1s this way. Kind of awkward that I drew Splinter Twin after the fact, though, but no big deal. So what can they do now? Okay, there's the goalie. I mean, my guess is that they have to swords their own Golos, right? Go back up to 4. Yeah. Gideon, Golo. Oh, no, I guess they're just going to die. Troll tap their Ancient Tomb, and we won the first round. Nice. Let's go the second. Here's round 2 of this Mengu Cube. Once again on the draw with a pretty decent hand. Nothing busted going on here. Oh, okay. Opponent's got a little bit of a fast start on the play here. What the heck? My turn is going to look a little bit less exciting than theirs was. But let's go ahead and ponder, I suppose. Ooh, they have like a mental misstep? Do it. 3 lands. I suppose that's not actually the worst. And we have the fetch as well, if I want to shuffle away. But, excuse me, I guess we'll just redraw. We have a Snapcaster Mage anyways to ponder again if we want to. And I suppose I'd rather draw not guaranteed 3 lands than draw 3 lands. Okay, Thirst for Knowledge. Could be digging for lands if they're casting this main phase. Oh, could just be putting a creature in the graveyard. Oh, no, they're not. They did miss a land drop. Okay. Good for us with a pretty solid draw step of a Signet. They did discard Inkwell Leviathan, though, so either Reanimate or Tinker would be my guess there. Oh, yeah. It's one or the other. That's a pretty nice start, though, from the opponent. Let's just pass. I'm in no rush, and I'd rather be able to hold up Venser if I can. If they don't do anything next turn, I might just Magma Jet for some scries. Seems fine to me. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. We will happily take a Fiery Confluence. Let's kill 3 artifacts, shall we? Let's kill the Greaves, the Rock, and the Rock. Don't think I need to kill the Signet. I don't think them having green sources is actually relevant here. One, two, three, four. What is this? Commit. Okay, not that bad. Guess I will draw that later. I mean, you know what? They might even just fire off Memory next turn, depending on what they find. It's kind of annoying. Ooh, they liked what they saw. They did not shuffle with the Delta. They saw something good. Or I suppose this just could be the Memory after all, but... Oh, are we storming? High Tide into Memory? Or a Time Twister, similar thing. I'm not going to fire off the Snapcaster Mage because I have like Counterspell in this deck. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Not what I wanted to see. They must have like a Blightsteel in their deck too. Well, spinning the top is probably a good sign for me. Some kind of artifact storm tinker nonsense. Do we have any good sideboard cards versus them? Duretti doesn't hit opponents. This Duretti does, though. I don't think I'd want to splash that, but that would be a good card versus what they do. They are just going to pass. They have 5 mana available and nothing, huh? Okay. I mean, hey. It's a good draw. Let's go ahead and Spyglass first, get some information. This can turn off their top, if nothing else. They have a Hull Breacher. Oh, you know, they have the commit to memory with... Yikes, this is really bad. They have the commit to memory with Hull Breacher. And with High Tide, they have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Woof. So basically I'm dead. I don't think this hits a card like Memory. And this doesn't turn off mana sources. So I guess I have to... This is so bad. High Tide, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, I guess I can take their Signet. And I don't think they can fire it off. So let's just turn off the top. But then I get like Mindslavered. Yeah, I guess I should just turn off Mindslaver. Dak, steal a mana source. Pass. Oh, okay, they're going to spin the top instead. Which means they don't have 3 mana anymore. Which means I believe I can now ponder, since they didn't wait until end of turn. So that's nice. Am I wrong? Couldn't they have done it all? If they had flashed out Hull Breacher here, then they have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, then they could commit to memory. Yeah, I guess I feel like I should be dead here, but they messed up. Let's look for Force of Will. Hey. Okay. That's insane. We might have actually just got there because the opponent didn't Hull Breach this turn. Also, them not flashing out Hull Breacher means the Dak Faden doesn't die. I'm so confused. I don't think Golos is a card I care about. This means they get to Greaves it, I guess. But remember, they had Hull Breacher anyways, so I feel like this is not all that bad for me. I don't know what's happening this game. I feel like I should be dead. Okay, so there is another land on top of our decks. Let's go ahead and shuffle and get rid of that. I guess we want to grab Island since they have High Tide. Let's go ahead and Serum. Awful. Probe is a free roll, though. And then just pass. Holding up Hardcast Force is probably okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least they realized their mistake. All right, here we go. There's the high tide. Now they're going to hull breach here. So I can't actually counter the hull breacher. I have to counter the back half of commit to memory, right? Because if I try to counter the hull breacher, then they just commit it. Oh my god, what is this? Maybe they have time spiral now? If it's time spiral, I just have to let it resolve because they have commit. Okay, turnabout's fine. Wait, do we have perfect information now? They're going to float 1,000 mana, and then they're going to try to hull breach or commit to memory, and I'm going to force of will the memory. Oh, wait, I guess they can also Mindslaver, can't they? They commit the Sorcerer's Spyglass. Yep, that's what happens. So I have to let this resolve. Because otherwise they hull breach and then memory me anyways. So now they're going to hull breacher. Now they're going to go for memory. I'm going to force it. Yep, there's the slave. Pop the slave. And they have Oracle and one unknown card. They're going to Oracle. Ooh, this is actually okay. They're going to attack with the hull breacher. I get to Snapcaster Mage trade with it. Right? Yeah. That's actually really funny. And then they get to take my turn, but I don't have anything in hand, and hopefully I don't draw anything. Oh, so it's going to be Probe into Spyglass. That's what it is. Right, and I think I knew a Probe was on top, right? Yeah. I knew that off of Visions. So they're going to Probe, draw Spyglass, and then Spyglass something random. But all things considered, that was not bad for us. Presumably they kept their Sensei's Divining top with the Oracle. So that turning off Spyglass doesn't, or rather naming Spyglass doesn't work because that is still a mana source. All right. We're in this still. We're far behind, but we're not dead. And you know what it appears like? I think they forgot they have a Lutri. I've done that so many times. You have a companion and you just forget about it because it's not really revealed. Although the fact they didn't play top there tells me that maybe they topped a counterspell instead and maybe I'm still just dead. We'll see. Draw like Faithless Looting or something nuts. That's pretty good. Can this resolve one time? I'm guessing no, but hey, maybe. Wow, it did. Okay. We'll hold up now. Nothing? Okay, you know what? I think we might be in this. Hold up. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. So you're saying there's a goddamn chance. They're not very... Yeah, they're... Well, let's see. Blue, black, green, white. So they're one color off of activating Golos, but... Okay. Let's start with a little loot action. Don't need a fetch. Don't need another blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 mana. Let's Titan, kill the Oracle, and attack for 3, I guess. Or rather 4. Hold up Venser. Hopefully draw a counterspell. Okay, that's not bad. If they brick again, I win. Uh-oh, what is this? Okay, that's a draw 2. They have access to so much mana, but I'm going to hopefully draw like a counterspell now here. Right? I don't think I've exiled counterspell yet. Yeah, so we're definitely drawing. Come on, counter. Eight mana pass? They're just trolling now. Did I win? And we found the counterspell. All right, what's the best way to win here? Probably Kiki Jiki, Inferno Titan. Wow, can't believe we're going to win this game. That is crazy. Holy smokes. And they still forgot about their loot tree. All right, well, I think we got very lucky to win that one, but hey, I will take it. Magic is a hard game with a ton of different lines. I might bring in the Through the Breach and the Emrakul. Expansion Explosion might not be bad versus them too. Let's see, I need to leave the burn spells in for their Hull Breacher. Yeah, I kind of like bringing in Breach plus Emrakul. And maybe taking out the True Name, which is fine, but not like super relevant. And I can probably cut a land on the draw. Let's try this. Opponent knows they messed up. Well, looks like a keeper to me. Needs to find some action, but can't really mulligan turn 1 Sapphire Signet. So they have their turn 1 top again, sure. Ponder a good hit, but I don't think we play that out quite yet. I think we just develop our mana out this turn. Island Pass. Force was a decent draw. Force kind of wants me to keep the Ponder in hand, but I think I still fire it off here. All right, so let's go draw the Serum Visions. And pass, but we're going to shuffle away the 2 lands with Flooded Strand. I'm going to keep the Serum Visions in my hand for the Force of Will. Really want to draw like Gitaxian Probe here. Confluence, all right, well, we'll just pass. I don't think I'm in a rush to do anything. They didn't even activate their top. I need to find another blue card first before I fire anything off, but the issue is if I give their deck too much time, it's really bad for me. So I might get a little bit impatient here and just fire off Serum Visions without having another blue card in my hand soon. I mean, I could have done it this turn. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? Why didn't I do it this turn? I have Hardcast Forcible available. That was just a mistake. I got too scared. But I'm holding up Hardcast Force. Yeah, slight mistake there. That might come back to bite me. We'll see. Because their deck looks quite good. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have so much mana already. Ooh. Okay. Dax Steel or Confluence Blow Up? That is the question. I think I'm going to go for the Dak and the Steel. They have more artifacts. I think I can wait on the Fiery Confluence. And the Confluence doesn't blow up the top anyways. I'm willing to believe that this is wrong, but this also develops out my mana, so... I kind of like it. Uh-oh, Hull Breacher. If they have Hull Breacher here, I will force it. Good, they did not. Just because I want to keep the Dak alive. Signet I don't care about. Okay. Decent draw. So let's go for Dak activation, see if they flash in Breacher in response. If they do, I can force it. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch the Serum Visions here, keep the Venser in my hand. Great. Don't need Jet. I guess I'm okay to pitch the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the Breach now. This way I can Confluence away at this point and still hold up my Venser. No point trying to blow up their top, right, since they can just draw in response. But that takes away a lot of mana from them, so... Okay, land pass. That's good for me. Spyglass, fantastic. Let's go ahead and start with the loot. All right, well, definitely pitching land. And I guess we're pitching the Splinter Twin here. And the reason, I mean, we could Splinter Twin the Venser, but Kiki Jiki wins on that turn, so... Spyglass, they use top in response. Oh, maybe they don't. Dig Through Time, Palancron, Yawgmoth's Will. All right, we'll just name the top still. So I'm going to go through for a Dig Through Time, end of turn here. Ooh, if they eat their entire graveyard, I'm just going to slam the Venser. They're going to eat the majority of their graveyard. Okay. It's good enough value for me. So they can go ahead and dig through time again, but that's going to effectively eat up their turn. Heck, if I really want to, I can steal their top. I can't activate it, but I could steal it, which would take them off a land, and then eventually, if I bounce the Spyglass or whatever, I could activate the top, funny enough. Alright, they're going to main phase the dig through time. We might just win next turn if I draw Exarch. Okay. Yeah, let's just double loot. Oh my gosh, look at those 6-drops. Titan is a fast clock too. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Kiki Jiki in my hand. And then play like this to hold up counterspell if we draw it. Not terrible. High tide? Yes, it is. All right, here we go. So this is infinite mana with Palancron. So I'm going to go ahead and anticipate here and see if we can find Counterspell. Did not. All right. So they have infinite mana. But they only have one unknown card. And that's... yeah. Okay, I mean... we'll see what they have here. Unfortunately, I have to make them go through it because... we don't know if it can kill me, right? Kind of unfortunate that I can't just F6 either. All right, time spiral it is. So now I can draw until I find multiple pieces of counter magic. Which I am not finding any. Do they have a Hull Breacher that they should have flashed in? Oh, they're going to dig through time and try to find their Hull Breacher. Remember, the ability on Sphinx is a May. So if they Hull Breach, I don't need to draw any more cards. But I should still anticipate for potential counterspell, or rather Force of Will now. They're going to commit my anticipate. Okay, that's fine. So Hull Breacher goes out. I just choose no on all of these. Pretty good draw there for opponent. But they have to kill me somehow. Okay, Greaves is good. What does that do, though? Sure. Now what? Their Echo of Eons or whatever? Okay, Turnabout. Yeah. Infinite mana. Okay. Memory, yep. Again, this doesn't kill me, though. No need to give him infinite treasures. It's insane. But they haven't given me a reason to concede quite yet. Granted. Okay. Now hold up. Tendrils from the sideboard. Oh my god, their deck is great. I love it. That's fantastic. That's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm in awe of their deck. I'm gonna even just let them go through all the triggers. Okay. So that's a thing. I guess maybe I should bring an Expansion Explosion to copy their crap, huh? That was very good. Do I have any more ways to interact with them? Again, the Duretti is kind of interesting to blow up their artifacts, but I don't know if it's necessary. Let's just hope that we can kill them before any of that goes off. I'm going to actually take out Cruise versus them. It's a little bit slow and dirtily. All right. Oh, yeah, and they still had Lutri. They keep forgetting about their Lutri. Yeah, this is a keep. It's not great, but it's a keeper. No top for once? Oh, that's nice. Do need to find some lands here. Sorry, spells. Oh god, I just jinxed myself, didn't I? Okay, that's not that bad. We can go like on an aggro route if we want to. End of turn, bolt, Snapcaster Bolt, and start trying to go to town. That's probably not right, though, given that they have a Hull Breacher in their deck that I really can't let resolve. Let's go grab an island here. Visions. Ooh. Keep the twin on top. Pass. So thirsty. Do we want to copy that? No, I'll let that resolve. That'd be funny if I had a Hull Breacher in my deck. Hull Breacher is just such a stupid card. Emrakul? Wait a minute, what? I guess that's just so they don't deck out. They discarded Time Twister Emrakul. Okay, that's nuts. Go ahead and Snapcaster the Serum Visions now. Through the Breach and Seasoned Pyromancer. Guess I'm gonna bottom. Pass. I'm probably giving them way too much time to set up for the combo, but I don't have any real disruption here, so... Not great. Need to find counterspell, need to find force, need to find something. Oh, here we go. Here we go. If I copy Turnabout and untap all of my lands, what does that accomplish? Two, 4, 6, 8. They have 10 mana after this. I would have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this worth copying? I think I'm going to. And now I'm going to anticipate. Well, technically if they don't kill me here, we might be able to get them. I do have Bolt for Hull Breacher if they try to flash that out first. Oh wait, what? Ooh, Talayan Academy. Yikes. Okay, untap my island, get 2 more mana. And then I can take them off a mana by bolting the mirror since they get to untap their academy. They forgot to float extra mana though. They should have 2 more mana floating. They forgot to tap that island as well. Obviously force was a pretty nice draw here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Palancron? Oh, Turnabout again. I think I'm going to force that pitching probe. But they can still do a lot here. Okay. Yeah, we hit Counterspell again. Nice. But we lost our combo piece. And now they only have 5 mana. And now I can like DAC and steal their Battle Sphere. Sure, you can play all of the signets. Commit the Deceiver Exarch. I don't care about that. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Kind of sucks I only get to hold open one counter spell here. But Dak take seems right. Yeah, I mean, they can still do a bunch of stuff here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 11 mana. So, not ideal for me. That's fine. I can Inferno Titan next turn, kill all of their mirror, which takes them off of 3 mana. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end of turn Venser the Basalt Monolith. Let's draw 2, discard 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inferno Titan down the 3 mirror. Attack for 4. There's their Basalt again, sure. Show and tell. I don't think I care about this. Do I? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 7 mana. They've already used their Time Spiral and their Oracle. What am I... Oh, they have Emrakul in their deck. That's what we saw. Remember, they can still memory here, but they won't have much mana post memory if they do. Okay, they didn't. So it must have been Emrakul in their hand. All right, their deck was fantastic. It looks like they might have made a few missteps, which cost them, but wow, I love their deck. But hey, we'll take it, 2-0. Let's go to round 3. Here we are for the third and final round of this Mengu Cube draft. Opponent number 3 is also on a Lutri deck. Our previous opponent did not use Lutri at all, much to our fortune. Yeah, our hand's pretty good. I'm going to keep the Anticipate for Force of Will, but some counter magic plus Dak is going to be hard to mulligan away. Opponent's on the play, and they're on a mulligan to 6 currently. And they will keep their 6. It's gonna have to be a very, very relevant card for me to force away here. Kiki Jiki. Triple red card, huh? I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing to me, old man. Old man Kiki. Okay. Oh boy. Opponent has Time Vault. You know what? That looks like a tasty Time Vault. I would like to take that next turn. And what we can do is, because we have Deceiver Exarch, we're actually able to use its ability once. I don't have Ral Zarek in this deck, but that would be hilarious if I did. But Dak Steel Time Vault is going to be a funny play. Sure, Compulsive is fine by me. I would like to take that now, thank you. Discards a land, you got it. Thank you. Greatest thief in the multiverse. Just taking time itself. I sincerely hope I just rip the Deceiver Exarch off the top. I don't think I have anything else that untaps the Time Vault, but pretty funny. Alright, they're just returning Lutri to their hand. Fantastic. Great news for us. Let's go ahead and double loot immediately. That is a lot of land. Guess we pitch double island here. Play mountain and pass. Most likely going to fire off the Magma Jet EOT just to get an extra scry in. Don't really need to save that for Lutri for any reason. Inferno Titan and a Mountain. We're going to bottom both of those as well. No, I would not like to untap that. Hey! So, they do have 5 mana open in Grixis colors. Hopefully I can find Probe or something. Probably can just discard land and Bolt here. I do have access to Force of Will, though. So I'm going to pass to end of turn and see what they do. I think they might fire off something end of turn. If they don't, that's okay. I'll let them take their turn. If they do fire something off end of turn, then we get to get them. We get to fire off the Deceiver Exarch, untap the Time Vault. It's still my end of turn. I would then take an additional turn, and we Kiki. So kind of hoping that they fire something off here. They might be deciding the order of the spells to cast and then copying with Lutri would be my guess. Oh no, they're just going to flash in Lutri. Okay, that resolves. Now we fire up the Deceiver Exarch now that they only have 2 mana. I would like to untap this Time Vault. Thank you, OP. I would like to now take an extra turn. Let's double loot first. Awkwardly did not hit another land, so I can still force here, but I cannot pay for a daze and force something else. But looks like we got them. Thanks for the Time Vault. Okay, fantastic. Might be another match where Doretti could be good in theory, or even Emrakul Breach, just for some nice little combo potential. I think I do like doing that again. Let's bring in the Breach. Let's bring in the Emrakul. Looks like Magma Jet versus them can be cut, and probably same thing with True Name. And because I have so much looting, you know, if we find one piece and not the other and we don't need it, we can just pitch it instead of trying to wait around. So, well, I don't think I can mulligan this hand. It is certainly a bit awkward, but, I mean, we're on the draw. We have Probe for a redraw, and we have the Deceiver plus the Kiki already active, so that's a keep in my book. Opponent looks like they're on a mulligan once more. Yeah, I mean, it's awkward, but it's a keep. And you know what a hilarious play is? Say we just draw like 3 mountains in a row. What I can actually do is, through the Breach, the Deceiver Exarch, at the opponent's end of turn and then hardcast the Kiki. Funny. Should that be the case? Alright, I don't think I need to probe yet, and I don't have any lands that enter tapped, so can wait on the probe until we need to go off for something. Or rather, wait for the probe until the turn that we want to do something relevant and look to see if they have any interaction. Okay, I mean, there's the Time Vault again. Once more, we have Dax, so a blue source. There it is. I guess I'm going to fire next turn. What can I draw now? I guess I can draw like Force of Will. Yeah, all right, let's just play it safe and look now. 2 lands, gifts ungiven. Not a big deal. Client was lagging there a little bit. They might just go land, put Lutri in hand. Yep, and that's exactly what they did. Well, once more into the... Oh. That's kind of nuts too. Once more into the fray. Dak. I'll take that. Thank you. And I have the win again, so let's wait for them to gifts ungiven end of turn and then make our play again. Oh, wow, I almost targeted them with Dak. Oh, and now we just have counter magic too. Yeah, this is GG. Good game. Oh wait, I don't have counter magic up actually. I don't have a secondary red card. But I'm going to pass here because I'm pretty sure they're going to gift end of turn. And now, in response to this, we make the play. There's no slaughter pact or anything, so all I need to do is find a blue card and we win. For sure, because I'll have force available if I do find a blue card. I almost feel bad, but it's too sweet to steal the opponent's Time Vault and use it against them. There are a few different cards in this format that can go infinite with Time Vault. Ral Zarek is the best. Then there's Kyora's Follower, and then there are some roundabout ways with like Soul Herder and Deceiver Exarch, or not Necromancy, Recurring Nightmare with one of these creatures as well. But for the most part, you want to get Ral Zarek or Kyora's Follower if you can. Now you might be saying, Kenji, you can't cast your Kiki Jiki, but remember, I could just through the breach the Kiki Jiki, and I've drawn the Splinter Twin now, so. The opponent only has 2 unknown cards in their hand. One of them has to be Force of Will for them to not lose if I don't draw a blue card. We'll let them deliberate on pile here. Okay, the opponent has got a bunch of cards. Put 2 cards into their graveyard. So it looks like they were storming. We're going to give the expensive card draw cards to them, and then I'm going to take my extra turn and just win. So let's loot first. Again, we're looking for a blue card so I can hold Force open. Did not find a blue card. Okay. Kind of unfortunate, but not a huge deal. I don't think one is better than the other here. So we just go for it. And there we go. Easy peasy 3-0. Very, very nice. Did some really nasty things there in that last round. I mean, stole my opponent's Time Vault both games and then immediately untapped it with Exarch and then comboed off. Round 2 was the hardest round. Our opponent's deck was fantastic, but they made a few missteps that allowed us to sneak back into the game. So nice little 3-0. Hopefully you guys liked this look at the Mengu Cube. Again, similar to Vintage Cube with power and whatnot. Thanks for watching here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out all of my other videos here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. And of course, you can go to cardkingdom.com for all of your Magic or game-related needs. We'll see you guys next time.